Hey Chooms, ever fantasize about jacking into the net, chroming up, and making a name for yourself in Night City? We've all been there. UCV carving a path through Arasaka goons, living life on the edge, and you think, I could do that. Well, I'm here to be the voice of reason. The corporate whispering in your ear that maybe, just maybe, you're not cut out for this life. Today, we're diving deep into the real reasons why you, and probably me too, wouldn't survive a single week in the concrete jungle of Night City. So, slot your favorite shard, grab a synth beer, and let's get real. First up, the most obvious and brutal truth. You're broke. Not just, I'll skip the latte today, broke. I mean, existentially, soul-crushingly broke. Life in Night City costs eddies, and a lot of them. That stylish apartment in Mega Building H rents due. That burrito you just bought from a street vendor, it wasn't free. And the good stuff, the cyberware, the weapons, the cars that make you feel like a legend, that costs a fortune. You'd likely start out with 0 street cred, 0 contacts, and a bank account that's emptier than a politician's promise. Your first gig wouldn't be some high-stakes corporate it would be hauling trash or scrubbing toilets for a handful of Eurodollars just to afford your next meal. You wouldn't be a cyberpunk. You'd be a cyber janitor, and that's if you're lucky. The economic barrier to entry is a sheer cliff, and most of us would just slide right down it into abject poverty. Alright, let's say you somehow scrape together a few eddies. Now you face problem number 2. Everyone, and I mean everyone, is trying to kill you or scam you. That friendly-looking nomad offering a shortcut through the Badlands? They're probably leading you into a Raph and Shiv ambush. The corpos smiling at you from across the bar. They're scanning you for exploitable weaknesses. The Maelstrom gang members staring at you from across the street. Well, they're probably just staring, but you can't be sure, can you? The paranoia would be crippling. In our world, we have a certain level of trust. In Night City, trust is a liability. Every interaction is a potential transaction, and every transaction is a potential back. You'd have to develop a sixth sense for danger just to walk to the corner store. One wrong look, one misplaced word, and you could end up as another chalk outline on the pavement. The constant, unrelenting stress of that environment would grind you down faster than a Sandevistan on overdrive. Now, for the fun part, let's talk Chrome. Getting cyberware implants sounds preem, right? A Kuroshi eye for better aim, mantis blades for close encounters, a reinforced skeleton to tank some hits. What they don't show you in the brain dances is the grim reality of it. First, surgery isn't done in some sterile high-end clinic unless you're a top-tier. For the average person, you're going to a Bakali. The risk of infection, faulty hardware, or just waking up in an ice bath with a kidney missing is astronomically high. Let's say the surgery is a success. Congratulations! Now, you have to deal with the maintenance, the potential for glitches, and the constant threat of being hacked. Imagine your own arm trying to strangle you because some netrunner thought it would be funny. And that brings us to the elephant in the room, cyberpsychosis. The more Chrome you install, the less human you become. Your mind starts to fray, your empathy erodes, and you begin to see people as obstacles or bags of meat. It's a slow, terrifying descent into madness, and there's no cure. You might think, I'd be careful, I'd only get a little Chrome. But in Night City, it's an arms race. To survive, you need an edge. Your rival gets a better targeting system, so you need one too. Then, they get reinforced legs, so you need them to keep up. It's a slippery slope, and at the bottom is a full-blown psychotic breakdown where Max Stack puts you down like a rabid dog. Most of us lack the iron will of legends like David Martinez or V2 even flirt with that line, let alone walk it. And let's not forget the sheer physical and mental toll. Night City is a sensory overload. The constant noise, the flashing neon signs, the holographic ads screaming for your attention. The air is toxic, the food is synthetic, and a good night's sleep is a luxury. Your body would be under constant assault from the environment itself. Mentally, you're dealing with a world where morality is a grayscale spectrum at best. you'd be forced to make impossible choices. Do you betray a friend to get ahead? Do you take a gig that involves hurting innocent people just to pay your rent? These aren't video game choices with a reload button. These are decisions that would stain your soul. The psychological weight of living in such a dystopia, of witnessing daily brutality and injustice, would be crushing. It's a city that eats hope for breakfast. Think about the power structures. You're a nobody. Arasaka, Miltech, Kangdao. These megacorporations are the gods of Night City. They own everything, including the police and the politicians. If you cross them, you don't just get fired. You get disappeared. Your entire existence can be erased with a few keystrokes. They have armies of corporate soldiers, elite netrunners, and assassins on their payroll. What do you have? A rusty pistol and a chip on your shoulder? You are a flea trying to fight a gorilla! The gangs like Valentino's 6th Street or the Voodoo Boys aren't much better. They might seem like a way to find community, but they operate on their own brutal codes of honor. One misstep, and you're an outcast, or worse, a target. There's no middle ground, no safe space. You either a cog in the machine, or you a bug about to be squashed. Let's also be honest about our own skill sets. Are you a crack shot? A master hacker? A smooth talker who can de-escalate a hostage situation? Or are you, like most of us, someone whose primary skills involve navigating spreadsheets and figuring out what to watch on streaming services? The skills required to thrive in Night City are honed through a lifetime of desperation and violence. V is a seasoned merc. Jackie Wells grew up on the streets of Haywood. They were forged in the fires of this brutal world. We would be walking in soft, unprepared, and utterly clueless. Our first deal would probably involve us buying a legendary weapon that turns out to be a painted toy. While the seller makes off with our last few eddies, we'd be the comic relief in someone else's cyberpunk story. Finally, even if you miraculously navigated the poverty, the violence, the cyberware risks, and the corporate overlords, what kind of life would you have? A life of constant fear, of looking over your shoulder, of never knowing who to trust. A life where your closest friends might sell you out for a better gig. A life where the ultimate goal isn't to be happy, but simply to see the next sunrise. Is that really living? Or is it just a prolonged high-tech, neon-drenched process of dying? Night City's greatest trick is convincing you that becoming a legend is a worthy goal. But as we see time and time again, in Night City, legends don't get happy endings. They get a blaze of glory and a drink named after them at the afterlife. It's a cool story, but it's a terrible life plan. So, while it's fun to dream of being a cybernetically enhanced badass, let's appreciate our boring, safe reality. A world where the biggest danger is a paper cut and our biggest moral dilemma is whether to have a second slice of pizza. Night City is an incredible, unforgettable setting for a story. But as a place to live, I think I'll pass. What do you all think? What part of Night City life do you think would be the hardest to handle? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for hanging out with me today, Chooms. If you enjoyed this reality check, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into our favorite virtual worlds. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.